challenging. However, we are scouts. We take on challenges because we know our scouts are watching us. We don't quit because this is the last thing that we want to tell our scouts to do. We work together, we use our resources, and we keep the values of the Scout Oath and Law at the forefront of our actions. We are scouts, and together we not only will get through these challenges, we will do so with a smile on our face and our heads lifted high. So, are you with me? Great, then welcome to Roundtable. The number one question leaders are asking us is what is working? The truth is that there are several things that are working and very few things that are not. Our topic today is keeping your Cub Scouts, and the single most important thing to keeping your Cub Scouts is simply to stay active. I know, nothing is simple in today's world. That is why we're going to walk you through this together. Not just you and I, but your fellow Cub Scout leaders. Now, the second most common question we get is, can we start meeting? And the answer to that is, well, it depends. We know that many units are waiting for the green light to start meeting again. And the reason why you haven't seen that national green light is because we can't give one for everyone. There are still several states and local municipalities that are not allowing even small gatherings. We will review simple steps you can take to either get your pack back up and running, or these steps can be used to keep things running smoothly. They may be a pack that is participating in your local roundtable that can share their successes, and we expect that they can also provide some inspiration as to what is working locally. Before we begin, I want to call your attention to using this safety checklist. You can pause this video and use the QR reader to access this checklist. The acronym SAFE, SAFE, stands for Supervision, Assessment, Fitness Skill, and Equipment Environment. Recently, we asked parents and leaders to share their thoughts and feelings about the current pandemic. Here are key points from that survey I'd like to share with you. When we asked leaders of units who are not currently meeting why they were not meeting, the number one reason was a lack of a meeting location. 49.5% said they have no place to meet. The first step you must take is to check with your state and local municipalities to know what the current regulations are on meetings and gatherings. Your local council can assist you with this, as they are monitoring these regulations closely. You may find that there is not an absolute ban on gatherings, but there are some regulations that will require you and your parents to get creative. That brings us to the second step, which many of you have already done, which is to reach out personally with each family in your pack. Now, this call should be just to check in with them to see how they're doing. Through this conversation, you'll be able to gauge if that family is ready to do something in person or not. Keep in mind that you're not looking for most parents to say that they're ready, just a critical mass. This critical mass can be as few as 3 families, and I'll explain why later. When parents were asking what they were looking forward to in a youth program this fall, this is how they responded. 48% normalcy. Now, I'm not surprised it's not higher. 45% to do something as a group, even if it means social distancing. 44% said to do something productive with other kids, and even if that means that's online. And then 30% is something to keep them busy. For those of you doing the math in your head, this survey did allow for individuals to give multiple responses. The overall message, however, is clear. There is a high likelihood that your families want to continue with scouting. Now for the third step. We're ready to get together and have some fun getting creative with our solutions. Knowing your local regulations and guidelines and the readiness level of your families to do something, pull together a small team to plan an in-person event, assuming that there are no local regulations against it. If you happen to be in a community where local regulations are so strict you cannot do anything in person as a group, we still want you to take this time to follow these steps so that when you can do something in person, you're ready to do so. In other words, we want you to be prepared. If you find that you are the only one trying to pull something together, reach out to your local council. I assure you that they want to provide you with as much support as possible and know of additional resources that are available to you. Now, this fourth step can be done simultaneously with the previous step, which is to engage your charter partner. Your charter partner may not have an indoor meeting space to provide you, but they may have access to an outdoor space or know of another facility that they can assist you with. If your charter partner is unable to assist you, you will still need to inform them of any decision you make about using a different location for your scouting activities. Now, remember that one solution for a meeting location may simply be the backyard, garage, or other location owned by one of your families in your pack. Check out the meeting place inspection checklist found at scouting.org and in Scoutbook. This will help answer questions your charter partner and parents may have about this new location. Now, the fifth step brings us back to the idea of only needing a small critical mass to move forward with an in-person event. We have been in contact with packs from around the country who have found their own solutions to conducting an event in person. Each of them said that they found families who were on the fence about doing scouting again this year came out and they had a great time and they decided to stay. They found that families that had not responded to messages over the past several months just showed up. This speaks to this research that shows that many parents do want to do something in person. In addition to keeping more families from fading away, these packs also sent invitations to local schools and neighborhoods. For an example, here's a door hanger that two packs put together to promote joining. They simply put these door hangers on neighborhoods they knew had large elementary school aged population. Now, here's a tip from the experts. When planning your first pack in-person event, keep it simple. Most packs just decided to do something fun and easy, like fishing, where it is easy to do social distancing and families can come and go. Flying kites, a drive-in, or backyard movie are simple to put on. As you and your pack evaluate your first event, your event planning skills will increase. Cones, painter's tape, and surveyor paint are your best friends. One pack conducted a complete overnight campout, and marked off areas for each family where they could be mask-free, something their local regulations allowed. Hand sanitizer, hand washing stations, and masks, providing these essentials at your events will ensure that everyone can keep to the practices necessary to keep everyone safe. We are Scouts. We are problem solvers. We adapt, and we do so with a cheerful spirit. Our children, the next generation of leaders, are watching us and how we take on this challenge. I know that we will not let them down. I know you won't let them down. Now, it's time for you to share. Consider these questions and discuss them with your fellow Scout leaders. What are your local regulations about meeting in person? Who has found a way to conduct an event in person that meets with local regulations? What events have they done? What lessons have they learned? If your local regulations allow it, or when they do, will you commit to conducting an event in person? All right, thanks for being at Roundtable. Look forward to seeing you next time.
We use ceremonies as a powerful way to add meaning to Scout meetings or events and to keep Scouts engaged in the program. Ceremonies can be used during your meeting activity as a formal opening or closing, but unfortunately, the pandemic has caused many troops to stop doing ceremonies during their virtual meetings or activities. This breakout session will help you consider how to perform ceremonies safely and keep them an integral part of the troop's experience. Outside serves as the safest place to conduct a well-run, youth-led ceremony while the virus remains pervasive. Be familiar with the health guidelines of your community and state when looking for a ceremony location. Ensure social distancing for the safety of your Scouts and others in attendance. Safety should always be a priority for Scouts. Help your Scouts remember that when planning the ceremony. Have a conversation with your chartering organization when seeking locations. They may offer your troop their parking lot or have an available open area behind your meeting location. Keep in mind the location must be large enough to allow social distancing not only for those scheduled to attend, but in case you have unexpected guests. Parking lots of community sites such as a police station or firehouse, library, or even public parks can serve as locations. If considering using these sites, make sure there's enough space to hold your ceremony and not a high traffic area where safety can be a concern. Any outdoor site needs preparation. The site should be marked so attendees know where to stand. Facial coverings are required. Just make sure to make pre-made distance barriers. Separate each member by blocking out every other space. Have a plan and agenda so the Scouts know what they will be doing during the ceremonies and meetings. Include lots of details from who will speak to where the front of the presentation will be. Your ceremony must be well scripted and laid out. Take full advantage of the outdoors as a background. Use the landscape to your advantage if permissible. An outdoor meeting location allows you to incorporate nature, so account for that when staging. Outdoor acoustics can be a challenge. Mark with tape or chalk where people need to stand or stop for the ceremony. This will help in planning for background noise. You may have to get creative to be heard during traffic, construction, aircraft, and so on. Keep in mind that light and noise can make it difficult for everyone to hear and see. Be aware when and where the sun sets and rises, along with the best location to stage a camera if doing a virtual ceremony to engage your Scouts who may want to be involved remotely. Consider having a Scout or adult leader be responsible for broadcasting the meeting to Scouts using their phone or tablet. Despite the current pandemic challenge, your troop can hold ceremonies to enhance the Scouting experience no matter where or how you meet. Ideas on doing an opening or closing for troop meetings for your Patrol Leaders Council can be found at the website on the screen. Please use the remainder of this breakout session time to consider these questions, and thank you for all you do for Scouting.
I love the forest. Like, this is my absolute favorite place to be. But somehow in the snow, it is quieter and it is much more serene. It's just exceptional.
In the summer, Philmont's always packed and busy. but winter is so much more of a relaxed pace. Winter Adventure is Philmont's program for the winter. Crews come out and they get to learn all about winter camping, as well as learning the skills and taking those back home. My best advice for people coming out to Winter Adventure for the first time is just don't be nervous about the cold, don't be nervous about the snow. Listen to the advice of your guides.
Every piece of gear is available to borrow. If you have your base layer and your socks, the rest of it Philmont will provide.
First of all, we had to snowshoe all the way up to our campsite. And then we built a quinzhee, which is basically a hollowed out pile of snow that you can sleep in.
The snow kitchen is something I had never heard of. We thought it was just unique and an exceptional thing to learn about. For at least half of our crew, this is the most exertion they've ever experienced. But they really rose to the challenge. To see that is just amazing. What this offers could appeal to anyone, to any level of scouting, and it can create a bond that is just unique, much more so than just a regular camping trip. This really pulls them together, and that's very valuable.
I learned that if you work together, things are a lot easier, and it's more about confidence and moral support than actually knowing things.
Anyone who's done Philmont in the past will love this, because it's a chance to come back here in an entirely different environment and see Philmont from an entirely different angle.
Real good, cause today is a good day. I got a big surprise and I'm gonna send it your way. It's a wonderful time, everybody let's celebrate. Get down. I'm feeling real good cause today is a good day.
Thank you for all your hard work and dedication in supporting the Boy Scouts of America.
Woo! Yeah! Thanks for helping venturers like me. Hi, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you.
No!
Thank you.
Feeling real good cause today is a good day. I got a big surprise and I'm gonna send it your way. I'm about to send it your way. It's a wonderful time, everybody let's celebrate. I'm feeling real good cause today is a good day. Come on. I'm feeling real good. Yeah, I said I'm feeling right. I'm feeling real good. That's right. I'm feeling real good. Hey, real good.
I told you!
I'm feeling real good cause today is a good day. I got a big surprise and I'm gonna send it your way. It's a wonderful time, everybody let's celebrate. I'm feeling real good cause today is a good day.
Three, two, one!
Anything's possible if you try and be patient. It pays off while you're waiting. The seeds you water will grow, the rest will follow. Cause this life's what you're making, and some rules are for breaking. Destiny will play its role, you know. What's meant to be will be, even when it's not easy. Live your life free, no boundaries, even when it's not easy. If you give love, you get love. If you give up, you get nothing. Can't you see? If you just believe, anything's possible. Don't rush too much when it gets rough. Get tough, sing with me. Through everything, anything is possible. Doesn't always make sense why some things gotta happen. Fight through the rain cause you know the sun will follow. If you practice persistence, somebody's gonna